The chair lays before the House a communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives. Sir, I have the honor to transmit herewith a scanned copy of a letter received from Ms. Amy B. Chan, State Election Director, Office of the Secretary of State, State of Arizona, indicating that according to the unofficial returns of the special election held June 12, 2012, the Honorable Ron Barber was elected representative to Congress for the 8th Congressional District, State of Arizona. With best wishes, I am, signed sincerely, Karen L. Haas, Clerk of the House.
The House will be in order. Members will please take their seats. The gentleman from Connecticut. For what purposes, gentleman from Arizona, rise?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the gentleman from Arizona, the Honorable Ron Barber, be permitted to take the oath of office today. His certificate of election has not arrived, but there is no contest and no question has been raised with regard to his election.
Objections are ordered. Gentleman from Arizona. Will Representative-elect Barber and members of the Arizona delegation present themselves in the well of the House? And will members please rise? And will Representative-elect Barber please raise his right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and witness to this allegiance to the same, and that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I will.
Congratulations. You are now a member of the 112th Congress. Without objection, the gentleman from Arizona, Mr. Pastor, is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, the world sometimes leads us down strange and troubling paths. And the fact that we are gathered today swearing in a new member of Congress into the most deliberative body in the world is a tribute to our former colleague, Gabby Giffords. A tribute to the resilience of the people of Arizona. A tribute to our strong and fruitful democracy that has continually endured hard, and challenging times. And a tribute to our new colleague, Ron Barber. So it is with great pride and renewed zeal for the strength of the American people and our system of governing that I introduce our newest colleague, Congressman Ron Barber. Not yet. I have gotten to know Ron better over the last few months, and there is no one who will work harder to make sure that the people of the 8th District are treated fairly, with dignity, and with honor. Ron and his wife Nancy have dedicated their lives to Southern Arizona. They have run a business for more than 30 some odd years. A business that helped young parents provide for their own children. They've raised their 2 daughters, Jenny and Chrissy, right at home in Tucson. They're watching their 4 grandchildren grow up in Tucson. But Ron also wanted to do more for his community. So he spent 30 years with the Arizona Division of Developmental Disabilities, where he worked countless hours helping people with disabilities get out of government-run institutions and back into their community, fully employed, contributing to their society, and living with their families. His service then expanded beyond those disabilities, becoming Gabby's district director and coordinating all her efforts to assist her constituents experiencing personal problems with the federal government. And now, these same people are Ron's constituents. Welcome to the House, Ron Barber. Mr. Speaker, I would like to yield some time to my distinguished colleague, Jeff Flake.
The gentleman from Arizona is recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. On behalf of the Republican members of the Arizona delegation, welcome, Ron Barber. We're glad to have you here. Nobody would have wished for the circumstances that made this seat vacant. We all miss our colleague, Gabby Giffords. But it was her wish that you fill this seat for the remainder of her term. And she got her wish, as it was the wish of so many Arizonans. Those of us who have worked with your office, with the capable staff during this trying time, have been very impressed with your commitment to the state of Arizona. And that commitment will now continue as a member of Congress. We welcome you here. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, it's now with great pride that I yield 1 minute to our distinguished new member, Ron Barber, Congressman Ron Barber.
The gentleman from Arizona is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank the Arizona delegation for that warm welcome and all of you for this amazing welcome on my first day here. I also want to thank Speaker Boehner for his long and dedicated service to our country and for swearing me in today. And to my family in the gallery and my grandchildren who are here on the floor, thank you, all of you, my family, for your support and love, without which I would not be here today. I have the most amazing family. I think everyone would say that, but I am very blessed to have them in my life, especially over this past year and a half. And to my high school sweetheart and wife, Nancy, I love you dearly and look forward to celebrating our 45th wedding anniversary tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, I stand here on the floor of the House in the very spot where 5 months ago my friend and my predecessor, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, bravely delivered her resignation from Congress. I want to thank the Congresswoman for her vision and leadership and the inspiration she continues to give to our country. Gabby, Southern Arizona misses you dearly, and we cannot wait to have you home. Today, as I begin my service in this, the People's House, I am mindful that the stakes for our nation are very high. They are too high not to set aside political division in favor of seeking common ground. Too high to use our words as weapons. Too high to think of those with whom we disagree as villains. As an Arizonan, I look to the example of Congressman Mo Udall and Senator Barry Goldwater, two leaders in their respective parties who disagreed much, but did so without being disagreeable. And they came together many times to do what was right for their state and their country. I'm going to approach my work for the people of Southern Arizona with an eye not towards partisan victory, but towards American achievement. Because we as a country have much to achieve. We must protect middle-class families at a time when our middle class is slowly disappearing. We must honor our veterans and military families by ensuring that the more than 100,000 veterans I represent in Southern Arizona and every other American veteran and service member receives the services and benefits they have earned. We must ensure the dignity and health of every American senior in retirement. We must secure our border so that border residents are safe on their land and impede the flow of drugs into our communities and the illegal drug money out of our country. And we must create jobs with innovative energy technologies, improvements in our essential infrastructure, and by supporting local small businesses to grow. I look forward to working across party lines to achieve these goals for the good of my constituents and for all Americans. Thank you. I yield back.
Under Clause 5D of Rule 20, the Chair announces to the House that in light of the administration of the oath of office to the gentleman from Arizona, the whole number of the House is now 433. Without objection,